Hello there, Capricorn. Thank you so much for stopping by for your weekly tarot video forecast. This forecast is for the week of May the 23rd through the 29th. I am going to be pulling one card for each day, and then we will dive into what those cards mean. I will be using traditional tarot reading as well as layering my psychic intuitiveness over that to come up with the meanings for you. We'll see if there's a flow to the week or not. And the other thing that you need to know is that this is a general reading, which means that not everybody that watches this video is going to have everything that I say come true for their Capricorn or for themselves if they are a Capricorn. And so most of it will apply to most of you. If you would like to have an individual reading where we look at only your energies and only your outcomes, then you would want to schedule a private reading with me, and you can do that using the contact information listed on my website that's at the top of the screen. And then also, if you want to sign up for my newsletter, you can sign up for that there too. Just scroll down to the bottom of the homepage. That way you have access to the specials that only my newsletter subscribers can receive. All right, let's jump into your cards for the weekend. What we have showing up for Saturday is the Princess of Cups coming up in reverse. And by the way, we don't worry about reversals on this channel. I know a lot of readers will tell you reversals are all negative. Not in my world, so we don't worry about it. Okay, so Sunday we have the Wheel of Fortune. All right, so what do we have here, Capricorn, for Saturday? Princess of Cups coming up in reverse. This just means that you're letting somebody know how important they are to you, how much you appreciate them, how much you love them. You're letting somebody know how you feel about them on Saturday. Very sweet, very sweet. And then on Sunday, we do have the Wheel of Fortune. Now, the Wheel of Fortune can be a couple of things. We can be talking about a timing thing when the Wheel of Fortune comes up. If you have been waiting for when is the best time to propose to my sweetheart, or when is the best time for me to quit my job, or when is the best time for me to ask for a raise or ask for a promotion, then when the Wheel of Fortune comes up, that's a good time. Okay? If you haven't been waiting for a good time for anything, then I wouldn't take this as a timing card. But the Wheel of Fortune does talk about that this is a day when things seem to flow together more seamlessly for you than usual. There's probably something going on in the astrology that works really well for you on Sunday and lets things kind of flow together for you in a very nice way. So we have that. We have opportunities coming in. You know what to do with them. All of that kind of good stuff. Now, boop-a-doo-doo-doo. I'm hearing Spirit say, are you feeling lucky? You guys take that however it applies to you, okay? Let's look at the weekday cards, all right? Gotta try to keep this family friendly. Weekday cards were showing up with Monday, the King of Pentacles in reverse. Tuesday, the Lady. Wednesday, we have the Six of Cups. Thursday, we have the Death card. Those of you who have been watching me forever, you know I would never name a card Death. I would name it Transition. Don't anybody get wigged out by the name on that card, please. And, excuse me. Friday, we have Cernunnos showing up in reverse. I'm going to take a sip here. I got a little frog in my throat. All right, so let's dive into the meanings of these cards. Monday, King of Pentacles in reverse. Is this Capricorn or someone they're interacting with? Okay. So what you've got going on here when you've got a King of Pentacles in reverse is you may have somebody talking to you that does not have plenty of money, let's say. And this could be an unusual situation for them too when it comes up as a King of Pentacles. And they may be asking to borrow some money, or if you can give them some money or some other kind of resource. Excuse me. All of a sudden I've got the hiccups now. But so they may be excuse me, they may be wanting some kind of resources from you. Now, the other thing about the King of Pentacles in reverse, when somebody is, kind of has their hand out like this, it's really important to pay attention to what they say they're using that money for, if you care where your money is going. If you're like, oh, I just give him money whenever, or give her money whenever, it's just part of the deal. Okay, cool. No worries. If this is something that you have the intentions, you want to send your money out into the world for good, then you may want to pay attention to, what does this person actually want money for? All right. Is this person going to use this money wisely? Or is this person going to tell you things like, well, I need money for baby formula and diapers. And what they don't tell you is, yes, I need money for baby formula and diapers, but I also want to go out and get some crack too. Not going to tell you that. So you just want to be careful about what are the intentions that this person has with the money. Okay. Now let's see. On Tuesday, we had the Lady card. This talks about a couple of things. The first thing that Spirit was saying to me as I was holding this card up for the camera is being fertile. So for those of you who are childbearing age, if you are wanting to have a baby, this may be a really good time to conceive. If you are not, this may be a very good time to make sure you take precautions. Okay? Last time I checked, rubbers are still legal. Prophylactics, if we want to use the more professional word, are still legal. Let's see. I think the pill is still legal, although I'm not sure at this point. Anyway, this is a good day to take precautions if you don't want to have a baby. If you do want to have a baby, it's a good day to conceive. Now, this also talks about other things, though. If you're not even in baby world at all, this talks about being creative, being fertile, having ideas and plans that are still kind of percolating. They're still kind of gestating. You're not ready to bring them out to the world yet, but you're doing the behind the scenes work on them. Maybe you're getting ready to start a business and you're coming up with the business name and getting it registered and, starting any kind of trust you may need for it or whatever, things that are going on behind the scenes. Maybe you're designing a product and maybe you're applying for a patent. These are things where they take time, but eventually you can bring it out and show it to the world. And so you've got some super good creativity going on here. And this is also our mistress of manifestation. She's very receptive as far as her manifestation. So this could be a day when you're doing, some affirmations. You're coming up with some good affirmations, or you're saying to the universe, hey, wouldn't it be great if, and you're listening for what are the nudges the universe is sending me. So manifestation could be happening. This is a very fertile, productive, creative day. Okay? No matter how you slice it with that lady showing up there. Now, looking at Wednesday, 6 of Cups, Capricorn. Somebody around you may be having a birthday. You're definitely having memories from when you were younger that you feel sentimental about. I know you're not having a birthday, but I got a strong hit. Maybe not for everybody, but there's some of you that maybe you're celebrating somebody's birthday and this is somebody that you've known for a long time, or maybe you're seeing pictures of them from when they were little at this birthday celebration. But definitely, no matter whether you're dealing with a birthday situation or whether you're dealing with something completely different, there are some kind of memories that you're having that have to do with the time that you feel sentimental about, you feel good about. These are positive memories. And I'm going to say too, on Wednesday, some of you could be interacting with children, and that may be part of what's bringing those memories back. Not all of you, but some of you. Now, looking at Thursday, transition card. Let's call it what it really is. Transition card. This just tells me that you are beginning some kind of transition, or you're in the midst of some kind of transmission or transition that is something that takes, it takes some time. Generally, this is not a transition that just happens, bang, right now it's done. So this can take several days, several weeks, maybe even several months for this transition. But it's a transition where you're having a change in your perspective about something. And when your perspective changes, then your thoughts change, then your actions change, then how the universe reacts to your actions changes because you're giving it different actions to react to. The next thing you know, it has changed the whole world around you. But it takes a little bit of time to work through that whole system. So there's some kind of change actually going on here. I want to see what this change actually has to do with for you Capricorns, just generally. Just generally. And by the way, this is the kind of change that we're actually steering the change. So it's, it's not anything that we should be afraid of. It's something that we're actually very empowered to do. All right. Let's see what it has to do with. Boop-a-da-doo-doo. I don't even know what this card is supposed to be. Where's my book? I always make fun of people using a book on their videos. Humble Pie, Amista. This is Humble Pie. All right, let's see what this card is. I'm using a Lenormand deck that this is the first time I've actually used it for readings. So let's see, what is this card supposed to be? It's the ring? Huh? What is going on with my glasses? Oh, all right. It's not very dominant on the card. So this is the ring. And so the ring talks about a cycle, but I don't think we've got a cycle if we're making a change. We could be breaking a cycle for sure. Oh, we could be breaking a cycle actually, because we've got the whip or the broom there. You can look at that either way. It's called both. So there could be the breaking of a cycle. That could be the change that we have going on here. Oh, and that actually makes sense. Yep. So this change has to do with breaking some kind of cycle. And I think that this cycle was something that was self-destructive to you just because Friday's card is Cernunnos in reverse. Cernunnos in reverse is a card that talks about, being ruled by fear. And when it's right side up, it is actually taking actions because you're afraid. When it's in reverse, it's no longer being ruled by fear. Now you're facing those fears and you're picking them apart to where they don't have control over you anymore. You're not afraid of them anymore. So I think this transition that you're doing here, where you're breaking a cycle, starts in the perspective, starts in the subconscious. You begin to break a cycle. And I think as you begin to break that cycle, even by Friday, you're already looking at something that used to hold you into that cycle, used to have you making decisions out of fear that kept you locked into that cycle, that now, no, you're not making decisions based on that fear anymore. Now you're making good, healthy decisions. So an example of that, say that you're in a relationship and you love this person, but you're kind of losing yourself in the relationship because you're afraid to lose this person. And so if this person really hints at just anything that they would like that would be better, you will automatically try to do that better or do that more or whatever it is that they would like, to where you kind of lose yourself. And that's a really self-destructive cycle because pretty soon our self-esteem is gone because we don't even know what we like, what we want, we don't know anything about ourselves. And so the self-esteem is completely gone at that point. And so this can be the idea of, I'm going to make my own decisions about what I'm doing with my time. I'm going to incorporate in my life some things that I like in my life as well. I'm not always going to just leave me out on the totem pole of the things I need to take care of. And then this allows you to overcome some of those fears about, well, I have to do this. I'm afraid not to do this because then what if this person leaves? Well, as you start to value yourself more, you start to recognize that that person isn't going to leave just because I am me and I do things that take care of me. In fact, it's less likely that they'll leave because I'm a happier person. Or you recognize that what you've got going on is totally toxic and this person is just trying to manipulate you into doing everything that they want you to do and they don't care about you. Either way, you're facing the fear here and you're dealing with it in a way that's much more healthy than what has been before. You're making decisions that are healthy for you, which helps you face these actions that you're taking out of fear and to pick those apart and really look at, what actions do I want to continue and what actions do I want to let go of? All right. So that's a pretty big change towards the end of the week there. That's a kudos type of change. That's a big one. So it doesn't have to be exactly what my example was. That's just an example from my life that I've been through. But, this is you're making some kind of change in perspective, which changes how you see something so that the fear around whatever this is no longer controls you. Okay? That's saying it in the more generic way so that all of you can figure out if you relate to it or not. All right, so that's what I've got for you this week. Are we doing Capricorn? Yes, Capricorns. I know I'm going to have some readings from some of you here this week, but the rest of you, I will see back the next time on the next video. Everyone have a fantastic week. Peace out.